Good morning and welcome everybody. I am Maureen Brosnan and I am running for the mayor of the city of Livonia. And I'm running for mayor because I believe that Livonia's best days are yet to come. You see, I think we're at a crossroad in Livonia's history where we can either sit back and rest on our laurels, or we can do what we all do best, which is get up and take charge and take on the challenge to bring our children a city that is better than the one that they're in right now, one that is more prosperous, safer, and smarter. Now is not the time to rest. We in Livonia, if you look at us just quickly, we're actually in a pretty stable position when you compare us to cities of similar size. And I'm proud of the contribution that I made while I was on the city council to get the city to a point where during my 9 years, we did end up in a stable position. I'm proud to have kept Livonia one of the lowest tax rates in Wayne County. I'm proud to have brought advanced life support services to our seniors and all of our residents. I'm proud to have been part of a council where we put computers that crack crime in each one of our police cars. I'm proud to have been part of a council that brought one of the nation's largest indoor playgrounds to our seniors and our young people and all of Livonia's residents in our Livonia Community Recreation Center. And I'm proud to have been part of the leadership team that brought a street repair program to Livonia, and that is now a model throughout the state of Michigan. These were all huge accomplishments, and we don't want to diminish what they did for our community in any regard. It provided a future, a stable city. And as a result of all of that work, we remain the third safest city in Michigan. We remain one of the top 10 cities to raise children in. We remain the lowest tax rate in Wayne County. And our police and our fire respond to incidents in record-breaking times of 4 to 8 minutes. But times are changing. We see the signs. We see it when we drive down our streets, and we see for sale signs that are lingering for just a little bit too long on homes that used to sell quicker. We see the signs that are for lease signs on buildings in strip malls that are just seem to be a little too abundant lately. We see going out of business signs on large and small corporations alike, businesses that are just having a tough time hanging on here. Sure, Michigan's economy has something to do with these changes, and perhaps to a larger degree, the nation's economy has brought these challenges to our doorstep. So I lie in bed at night and oftentimes ask myself, why would anybody in the right frame of mind want to be mayor at this time? Well, the answer gets real simple. You see, this is my city. This is my duty. This is where my experience demands that I step up and I make a difference. My parents moved to Livonia when I was just 2 years old, and my husband Sean and I both grew up in Livonia, and together we're raising our 3 children here. We live in a magical neighborhood called Old Rosedale Gardens, and we've lived there for 15 years. My experience on the City Council, combined with the timeless leadership lessons that have been shared with me by exceptional mayors who have encouraged me to get in this race and run hard, mayors like Ed McNamara and Bob Bennett and Jack Engebretson, they have prepared me to take on the challenges before us. And I'm honored to have served with each of these men. They've demonstrated a fiscal discipline that I plan on continuing. And they've done things, brave things, without breaking the bank or mortgaging our city's future. About 3 years ago, I had to step down from the City Council because we have term limits in Livonia. And during that time, that 3-year time, I prepared myself even more to take on the responsibility that I knew I would one day really want to embrace. During that time, I was appointed by the governor to serve on the Michigan State Transportation Commission. I became the vice president of the St. Mary Mercy Hospital Board of Directors, and I served on the Mayor's Task Force for Economic Development. But more importantly, my husband Sean and I have been getting our house in order, so to speak. We've been making sure that our family was ready to embark on the challenge that comes with being elected Livonia's first female mayor. And I can say to you today, I am ready. I am ready to take on the future leadership of this community. And make no mistake about it, this election is all about the future. It is all about making sure that our children and our grandchildren grow up in a city where leaders demand more than just staying the course, where our leaders demand more than just the status quo, where more businesses stay and grow and fill the abundance of empty spaces we have, where neighborhoods are rejuvenated with a synergy and an energy that comes from young families moving in. You see, that's the Livonia that my parents moved into back in 1965, and that's the Livonia we plan on raising our children in today. As we stand at this crossroad in Livonia's history, the choice becomes very clear for us. Do we wish to stay where we are and simply hope for the best, or are we prepared to renew our promise to our children to keep the American dream alive? You see, I am not interested in simply maintaining the status quo. I am not interested in an election that doesn't advance and move this community forward. This campaign is not about, for me anyway, and hopefully for all of you, it is not about politics as usual. It is not about Democrats. It is not about Republicans. This election is about you, your family, and our future. So I'm asking for your support today because, ladies, this is an important election, and there is no better way to keep Livonia moving forward than us doing the job. And help me share this vision with your friends and neighbors, and like Joan said, to get out there and do what we do best. We talk about where it is that we want to head. We talk about how it is that we want to get there. It's a big part of what's happening this morning. I've had a chance to talk with so many of you about your specific ideas for where Livonia ought to be headed, what some of the specific issues are that are of concern to you and your families. And I'm doing that every day when I'm out knocking on doors. Every day from 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock, I'm talking to the people in Livonia who matter the most, the people who are voting. And they're telling me what's on their minds. I'm getting some really good ideas. I'm getting some really good feedback, and I say to people all the time, I want to make sure that when I sit in the mayor's office, and I don't think that I'll be sitting very long in there, but when I get to the mayor's office, I want to make sure it's not just me there with my ideas. That doesn't work. It has to be me there with your ideas. So I'm out every day working to collect those ideas. As the election progresses, we're going to get more into the details of talking about things like, how do we attract business to Livonia? How do we attract and keep young families in Livonia? And we're going to be talking more about that. So there'll be other opportunities for us to engage in those discussions. I invite you to join us on August the 7th. The Livonia Chamber of Commerce is going to be hosting a candidates forum. It will be at City Hall, and it starts at about 7 o'clock. And we're going to be talking about issues. You're invited to submit your questions. All the candidates will get a chance to answer those questions, and I am really looking forward to getting to share some of my specific thoughts and ideas at that time. But in the meantime, what I need you to do is to get out there and tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell the rest of the community that Maureen Miller Brosnan is running for mayor. You tell them that I am running for mayor because I want my children and yours to look back at this time and know that this was a time when Livonia came together to renew its promise to our children. It's a time when we're going to look back and know that we came together to build a powerful agenda for progress in Livonia. You've taken the first step on this journey with me today by simply coming and joining me for breakfast on a beautiful Sunday morning and to learn a little bit more of my candidacy. And in honor of that first step, I want to make a toast to all of you. Here's to the women on my journey. To the women on my journey who show me the way to go and sometimes the way not to go, whose strength and compassion hold up a torch of light and beckon me to follow. To the women on my journey who show me how to live and not to live, whose grace, success, and gratitude bring me closer to God. And to the women on my journey who show me what I am and what I am not, whose love, encouragement, and confidence hold me tenderly and nudge me gently. To each of you, I say bless you and thank you from the bottom of my heart. Together we will move Livonia forward. And together, we will make sure that Livonia's best days are yet to come. Thank you.